I couldn't get to the level 7. I couldn't get past the introductory level. So I had to go to another 13-year-old, and he taught me how to get past the introductory, but I couldn't get any farther. Finally, after he told me I sucked, I said, get me to level 7 and then go into the other office. But kids are a resource of information. That's where we learn a lot of our stuff. But at the same time, if they can hide something, they're not doing it necessarily because, again, they do not view sexuality like we do, but yet it can get them in a lot of trouble. So with hidden apps, calculator apps, you go into the programs. If you don't know how to set things up, your phone providers, T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, they're very good because they don't want to lose your business. So if you say, I need to know exactly how to set this up because I want to ensure that I can track what my kid's doing, prevent them from adding things without my knowledge, and it all starts with parental controls. There are so many places kids go to. I can't mention all the popular, all of them, because there's too many. There's so many social networking sites, online games, smartphones, cell phones, iPods, iPads. I can turn this computer into a phone. If you have speakers and a mic, you can download a program called Peeker, Text Plus, Text Free. There's so many things that gives us a free phone number. So if you're just checking just the messages on your kid's cell phone, they might have a completely other texting app, such as Text Free, Text Plus, or whatever. Kick is a messaging app. So there are so many things out there. That's why, and they're changing every day. They're constantly changing. So you get up to speed tonight, and next week your kid could have the newest app out there. And I won't know about it until either a kid gets in trouble or a kid knows of someone about to get in trouble or getting in trouble, and they come up to me at a presentation and say, hey, do you know this? Because we are swarmed by kids after a presentation. They're excited about hearing our program because I make it very enjoyable, but at the same time, they're communicating with us and giving us information. Kick is the #1 texting app for 4th grade through 8th grade. It's based out of Canada. A lot of these apps, you can be anonymous. Anonymous to me spells trouble. Even though our kids are anonymous, so are the people they're talking to. But these are popular. Kids will say, hey, let's talk on Kick. 1, you can't go over your limit on texting messages. 2, they can cuss, they can act like themselves without mom or dad probably not finding these. Snapchat, there's this myth out there that if someone screen captures the picture you're posting, you can post a picture from 1 second to 10 seconds, or a video. So you post it for 1 second. If someone screen captures it, it notifies the person, hey, your picture was screen captured. Well, 1, it's too late because now they have your picture. But 2, it's a myth because now there's another app out there that you can copy the pictures or the videos without a screen capture, but you can copy it with the app, and it defeats notifying the kid or whoever's doing this. We're seeing a lot of adults trying to pretend to be kids, and they'll send inappropriate pictures of themselves. Say, hey, now you send one. I tell kids, don't believe the pictures, don't believe what you read. The only way to be sure what you're doing is only talk to people you know face to face. Then all we have to worry about, if they follow that advice, is what mistakes they can make with each other. And there's obviously plenty. Musically is out of control right now. I've been getting numerous calls just in the last 3 weeks. Musically is where you can post videos. Lots of younger kids are doing it. It's innocent, but I have 20 kids at an elementary school here in Jefferson County, 3rd graders, that were being approached by a predator because they were posting their videos, cute videos of the kids singing and showing off their desire to be pop stars. But they weren't set to private, so predators were seeing these and go, hey, next time, why don't you do that song in your underwear? And these kids are freaking out because they're in 3rd grade. And, of course, they have smartphones. I don't like 3rd graders having smartphones, but that's my opinion. But the problem is oversight, supervision. So there's nothing wrong with Musical.ly. It's just set your account settings to private and only show these videos to the people you know face to face. Other things is Whisper, Omegle, Ask FM, and I could go on and on. Again, we've talked about this, parental controls. On my, if anyone got my Chizo booklet, on the front is my website, chizo.org. If you go to my website, under resources, I have the top 10 2016 cell phone monitoring systems. Way back when, my mobile watchdog was very popular. Now it's not even on the list. One of the apps that I see that monitors kids' safety, and these are paid for apps. I don't get a benefit from any of this. I'm just passing on what parents are telling me. Phone Share I have seen for the past 6 years. I think right now it's rated number 3. But it alerts you to someone unknown sending a text, it alerts you to pictures being sent, and so forth. And there's a menu on there, and you can look to see if this is something that interests you. Some might want this, others might say, what I have is great. I'm just throwing out everything I try to give to parents of our sexting kids. Here's ghost apps, hidden apps.
These apps can look just like a calculator or a music app. So if a parent is looking at their child's phone, they might not even notice that there's something suspicious on there.
But behind the app that looks normal, there can be another screen where pictures and text messages can be hidden and saved. Data specialist group owner Dwayne Denny has been finding decoy apps on his clients' phones for a while now.
You start seeing them emerge into the infidelity world, where people were using them to hide things from their spouse.
But now it's your kids. Then he showed me just how it works.
And it just looks like I have a bunch of apps hidden inside of a nested folder. When you click on it, this is the app where it says, okay, you have to enter passwords.
The parent might think then they've seen it all. But no.
Is if you go back in that same app, and I type in the real password, okay, it takes a couple of seconds, and then now there's 4 different photos that I was really hiding from my parent.
If a phone is jailbroken, which takes away limits created by the cell carrier, kids can then change the name and picture on an app.
You can even hide an app completely.
Here's the problem. What you can't see can be trouble for your child.
They could be breaking the law, they could be bullying or sharing inappropriate photos.
Scary, yes, but you can do something about it. A data specialist group, they recommend using the phone's parental controls. It can prevent the downloads of decoy apps.
If the phone is already given to the child, then get it back, set it back in the factory, and then start all over again.
For parents, it's just one more thing.
It's scary. It's scary to think that there's something out there that they can hide from us.
Pinger is another one that I talked about where you can turn in any device. One of the things I commonly see with kids that get into trouble, whether it's grades or behavior or sexting, is parents will take away the device at hand, ensure that the kids are doing their homework either on their computer or iPad, but it's in a general area in the home. But think about this. If you have an old cell phone, you have an old iPad or something stuck in a drawer, and your kids go and get that, they get on Wi-Fi, and they're right back in business, and they can set it up with a text-free phone number, one of these free phone numbers, and they can be back in business as long as they're around Wi-Fi. So keep track of your old discarded devices, just in case that one of your kids go, well, I really got to talk to so-and-so. Location services. This is a big problem. Even when I come to middle schools and high schools, I'll talk about location services and I see kids, I even see the teachers pulling out their phones and going, oh no, I'm not set right. I tell kids location services should be off for everything but Find My iPhone, Maps. If you have GPS for safety reasons for your kids, obviously leave that on. I tell kids if you're really into the weather, you can leave it on for that. But basically any messaging, it should be off. whether it's social networking sites, messaging apps, any of that. And number one, it should be off of the camera. Just last week, my granddaughter's teacher sent this funny picture of my 4-year-old granddaughter at preschool. And when I got this, I immediately noticed the problem. Because when I transferred it into a different area on my phone, I noticed location services was activated. So I went to a free program. It's called EXIF, Exchangeable Image File Format. I put the picture in there. It's kind of hard for you to see. But on the left, it tells me my granddaughter's preschool teacher has an iPhone 6. It gives me the exact location where this picture was taken, which is at the elementary school where she goes to school. It told me the date the picture was taken and the time. And in this case, she's exchanging it with people that she knows. But I contacted the teacher and said, if it's on when you're taking pictures of the kids at school, what about when you're taking pictures of your own family? And the same with students and adults. If you have this on your camera setting and you take pictures at home, you take pictures at your friends, you take pictures at the gym where you hang out, any place you circulate, this develops a pattern. And if these pictures are posted and some creepo or somebody sees that and they know how to check the properties, it's a free check. You don't have to have some special program. Those things are embedded in the properties of the picture. Last, sexting, as far as what I tell the kids when I go to the schools, I tell them once you hit send, whether it's a message or a picture, you lose total control of that. That is a powerful thing when you use this finger and hit send. You can't retrieve what's been sent. And when it's sent, you will be that age forever. For example, when I talk to kids about the legal consequences, I don't do it in a manner to try to scare them. It's difficult enough to process that, one, it's against the law. But our kids have trouble digesting that. Legal consequences are very hard for them to digest in a room of 400 kids. So then I talk to them about social consequences. They can understand that because they live it every day. And I tell them about this 16-year-old girl Cassandra and I came in contact with about 9 years ago. We were called by another county to assist them. It was a smaller agency out in Erie. This 16-year-old girl, great kid, nice family, and she had a boyfriend, and he kept bugging her, saying, hey, can I have some nudies, please? And for whatever reason, to this day, she probably doesn't know why she gave in. There could have been a number of reasons. Middle school and high school are hard years now. And so she said, okay, she sent him some of her images, naked images. This is just for display. This isn't the real girl. And I show this to kids, and I said, she sent some naked pictures of herself, and she told her boyfriend, don't tell anyone, don't show anyone. Oh, I won't, he said. About 30 minutes later, after they had finished talking, he was talking to his two friends and says, hey, I'm going to show you how hot my girlfriend is, but don't show anybody. And he sent those pictures to his two best friends. They stopped talking. Throughout the night, those pictures went to over 38 people that we could tell. Some who knew the girl, some who didn't know the girl, and even to a couple of adults. But this girl had no idea those pictures were going around. Her boyfriend only knew that he had sent them to those two guys, his friends. Those two guys only sent them to one person. They went to bed, but throughout the night, they went out there. The next day, when this young girl goes to school and she walks into school, taped to her locker and taped in several locations in that high school were her naked pictures. And when I'm telling kids this, I'm watching their body language and it's changing drastically. both boys and girls, because this is something they can visualize. And I asked the kids, do you think that girl stayed at that school? No, she didn't. The two boys that sent those and printed those pictures out, it wasn't the friends, two friends. It was two 17-year-old boys that didn't like the boyfriend, and they did it to get back at him. And what they did was almost cause this young girl to commit suicide because of the stigma of having those pictures all around. Even her friends are laughing at her, calling her stupid, and calling her bad names. When I tell kids that, I hope it continues to make an impression on them, because it's very true. That girl's pictures, I hope we stop them. We can never guarantee it, because they're out there somewhere. That's my portion. I'll stick around, and if you have questions, all four of us are here now. Thank you so much.
One last thing, Mike and I have been traveling the circuit since we've been with the DA's office for 23 years. And Alexis has joined us now. But you know what? This is one of the largest crowds Mike and I have had in 2 years.
Yes.
And you're probably not the parents that need to hear us. But we need you to help us get people to come to these things, because it's your kids. Eventually he and I will be gone. Eventually Alexis will be gone. And who's going to be out there giving the information? We need you guys out there giving the information too. It's a happening thing. We have lots of cases. We need your help to send the message. And we're like lone rangers without the help from you. So thanks for having us tonight.
So, the question that we get a lot is, well, Mrs. Spears, what happens? I got this picture, I didn't ask for it, what do I do with it? Because I haven't sent it, what happens?
The message we're doing right now is telling the kids to tell an adult first, and whether it generates a report or whatever, if the image is deleted from there and it's off their plate. The thing you gotta understand, it's never really deleted. That's a fallacy. But as long as there's been something generated, that kid's off the hook. Where they have the problem is, they get the image, they're afraid to tell somebody, so they're in the lunchroom and somebody sees it, goes to Safe to Tell, goes to the police, whatever. All of a sudden they're in possession of that image. And now they run that risk of having a problem. So the best message is, if you get it, you don't know where you got it. As long as you go to an adult, it takes the load off the kid.
So questions? Yes, ma'am.
If you set parental controls on your child's phone, aren't they smart enough to just make it however they want?
Well, here's something.
This is about setting parental
When you
control.
set your parental controls, don't use their birthday, one. Don't use your birthday, two. Use a good password. Don't let them see you putting it in if you agree to download that app, the specific app they're wanting, once you approve it. Once it's downloaded, you enable the parental controls again. But again, depending on what they have on their phone, if you say, okay, we're going to start over tonight, you might have a few kids melting down, but again, it's the safe thing to do, because I can't guarantee you that they don't have a hidden app. I have a hidden app on here, and every once in a while, I was just back home, and I was showing my sister, who has a 13-year-old, and I said she has 2 calculator apps in her phone. She goes, okay. And I said, no, not okay. What kid needs 2 calculator apps? Now, luckily I checked them, and there wasn't anything bad other than a few romance stories of these guys at her school, and that was too much for me as an uncle to know. But at the same time, what would happen next year? And so I had a talk with her, and then we went back to factory settings, and I let her at least go through and jot down her contacts that she needed, so when she could put them back in her phone, the phone numbers and stuff like that. But now all she has is a couple of apps.
The other thing is, don't put the phone in your kid's name with your carrier. You want the phones in a family plan, they're your phones, and you hand them out to your kids. Otherwise, you lose control of the device.
And And Verizon and AT&T have very good family plans where you can actually have GPS, but you can also see what's going on. They have a lot of the things that you would pay for with phone share. So check with your providers and see what they have to offer. Because like I said, they don't want to lose your business because they want to keep your business. And they also, if you say, hey, I want to make sure I have this, this, and this, what can you do for me and what can you tell me?
Question, back there in the green.
Well, just to point to your point, one thing I learned is you can Google, how do I get around whatever app you downloaded? It's what your kid would Google. So you Google it first and you'll find out how they might try and outsmart.
It's like Mike said, you can limit the amount of apps on the phone. We had a kid that came in one of our sexting cases that had 150 apps on the phone. I've got 4 apps. I can't run them.
And one of them is when to take his pills.
That's right. We've struggled with this. But the thing is, you can limit that stuff. So, again, why would you give a kid a 3,800-pound car with no rules? These phones are no different. So you set the rules to run the devices.
And that's what I mean is, when I was trying to find a good parental controls app, I noticed in all the reviews, people would talk about how their kid had outsmarted the parental controls app. So then I learned to Google, how do I outsmart with the parental controls app to find out what the kids would do to me.
We have to outsmart them. It's difficult, but it can be done.
Yes, ma'am.
So on these hidden apps, or I guess any app, they have passwords on it. How do we get into the app if we don't know their passwords? Because they're...
Well, one, you're not going to know if they have a hidden app. If they admit to having a hidden app, they won't tell you where the hidden app is or give you the password, then they probably shouldn't have that device until they can give it to you, because that's the problem. There are so many of these hidden apps. It might be a calculator, it might be completely hidden in something that looks so normal you would never even look there. So, and they're coming out with them all the time, and kids find them first.
Yes, sir.
Is a hidden app basically just an app that's disguised as something else, or are they actually like if you go to all the way to the lower right-hand corner of the screen and push, there's an app there that doesn't look like there's an app? Is that?
Okay, the question is are they an actual app, or could they actually be hidden where you go to the lower right corner? It could be both. You could go into games, and in part of the games there might be a space, and you hit that, not thinking there's anything there, and that's where a hidden app is. It could be a number of things. There's called Photo Vault, and you go, Mom, Dad, that's where I keep my photos. Look, you put in the code, and it goes, yeah, that's where he keeps his photos. And then you close it, and they go to the other room, and it goes, aha, now I'm going to put in the other code, and it opens up the other vault. So there's things like that. There's so many things out there. It's frightening.
I actually wanted to know, so we don't have a lot of apps because of you. Thank you. You scared the hell out of me. But I just had a thought today. So my daughter leaves her phone at home. So during the day, she had 2 missed calls today. So from an area code that were anywhere, posted. So it was probably a missed call. But what did get to me, so was that they all have their voicemail set up. So on your phone. So